On to a fight that was dubbed Fight of the Year by many, Gaethje versus Chandler. Now, I may be in the fucking minority because as much as I enjoyed elements of this fight, if I was one of the coaches of these guys, I'd fucking give up. I'd say, look, if you want to fight like that, fine, but I don't want to be a part of this. You know, we're here to win fights. And these two guys, this was a fight for entertainment. They were trying to put on a show and raise their stock. And that works. But do you want to be able to say your own name in the next 30 years, pal? Because you're asking for fucking brain damage. I get that sometimes you've got to take one to give one. But surely hit and not get hit is part of the plan. At least somewhere. These two guys are so talented. They're such good fighters. But mentally, they're mad. There's no coach in the world who would suggest to fight like this. And as much as we as fans enjoy it, and for that 15 minutes, we're entertained, and they take the selfie afterwards, and they go, hey, legends. But that 15 minutes of absolute punishment that you've just absorbed, you've chosen to absorb that. 100% they opted for maximum damage in this fight for themselves and each other. And I get that's their brand and that's their thing. But like, sorry to be a pussy, like, but people fucking die doing that shit. Like, this is not good. You know, it's good, but it's not good. It's entertaining, but if you want a long career and if you want a good life after fighting where you're able to speak properly and not have maximum brain damage, this is insane. Even Sada was like, the first 2 rounds, one apiece, I'd say, right? Both guys were having a war, but also trying to not get hit a little bit. You know what I mean? There was an element of, I'm going to try and outpunch this guy. In the 3rd round, it was just like, well, I have to show you. I mean, if you can't throw a shot effectively, as Chandler here, back off a bit, get a wind. Like, those jabs from him are doing nothing. He's got no energy right now, and he's just standing in front of him. Good takedown attempt, good slam, right? I'm all for this right now, right? But it doesn't go well for him, and he ends up giving Gaethje his back, which is just one of those things. Fair play, it's entertaining as fuck. These are very well matched fighters, clearly, and I credit the UFC for that. This is a well matched fight. All right, so he says, "Come on, hit me then. Come on, hit me." And he's just standing there. No defense at all. Gaethje's actually covering up, to be fair. Gaethje's actually the one who's trying to fight a little smart. It says something when you're like fighting even wilder than Gaethje. You should probably get sectioned for that. I like is that Hospital for Special Surgery? Good job on the advertising, because they're going to need it. Like, what is Chandler doing here? He's just not even bothering with any defense. Walking forward, getting smashed in the face. Pointing to someone in the crowd. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but I don't know how else to say this other than saying that's as dumb as you can possibly be in a cage. This is mad. And yet, look, what is that spinning thing? He's got energy. You've got energy, pal. Use it to look after yourself. You know, the official reason to stop the fight is he wasn't intelligently defending himself. I think the referee's probably within his rights to say, this is not... there's nothing intelligent about that. Fair play. I can't knock the heart. I mean, it's just insane levels of heart. Insane. And they're obviously cut from the same cloth. They did give the fans a great show. And for that reason, they're taken to the hearts of the fans. But bloody hell. On to Max Holloway versus Yair Rodriguez. And everything that people said Gaethje Chandler is what Holloway versus Rodriguez actually was, in my opinion. This was a really high-level MMA fight. Like, it had everything. It was a war, but it was a calculated war. It was a clever war. It was a war between two smart MMA fighters using all their skills to try and actually win. Yes, they were entertaining, but they were trying to win the fight as well. As mad as that is. Good shot selection from Max Holloway. But Yair Rodriguez is on the level. It's just, does he have the stamina? And that was the problem in this fight for him. Like, early on, Yair Rodriguez was able to keep up with Max. And the variety of shots that they both threw were beautiful. This is a fight for MMA purists. I mean, look at that head kick. Beautiful. Look at that. He snapped Holloway's chin back. Fuck me. And then Holloway comes straight back at him. I like Rodriguez. Like, he's a real showman. There's always the chance he could end the fight at any moment. That's the kind of fighters you want to watch. Good submission attempt from Holloway is broken out by Rodriguez. This fight had everything, you know, ground and pound, submission attempts, head kicks, flying knees, spinning elbows, great combinations, great boxing, blood, guts, determination. The pair of them just beat the hell out of each other, but they're covering up, you know. You see the difference between them, between Gaethje and Chandler and this. It's a completely different level, in my opinion, actually. It's not because Gaethje and Chandler can't do that. They're just opting out of it, is the point I'm making. And these guys are giving themselves the best chance of winning, but also the best chance of being able to pronounce their name properly in fucking 30 years' time by trying to defend at least. I know not successfully, but at least trying. And here we see the stamina of Holloway, and that was the difference in the fight, you know what I mean? I'd probably give them a very even level of talent, but Holloway's got that heart and he just keeps on pushing. But I'm excited to see more of Yair Rodriguez. Been out the fucking octagon for a couple of years and he comes back with a classic. In that sense, there was really no loser in this fight. Like, Rodriguez has got nothing to be ashamed of here. In terms of that stamina of Holloway, when McGregor talks about Holloway taking more punches, he also gives more punches. You know what I mean? Holloway is, like, I think the biggest striker in the UFC ever, you know, in terms of how many strikes he's landed. And in boxing, if we're going to say who's the best boxer, I would put my money on Holloway to beat McGregor. I do think Max Holloway has a good shout at it, purely because boxing is more of a stamina-based sport. You know, you can't rely on those little 4-ounce gloves in boxing. You know, it is more about the endurance, because you have to give a lot and receive a good few knocks in order to grind your opponent down. And it is about the later rounds. And that is where Max Holloway showed in this fight, and in every fight, that's where he comes good. McGregor, on the other hand, that's his biggest weakness. It's been proven that when that one-shot kill isn't there for him, he struggles. And in a boxing match, I'm not saying he'd look bad. He looked good against Mayweather, but if I had to put money on it, it would be Holloway every time, because he's going to have that massive advantage, and it's such an important one in boxing. Hopefully you've enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you want to look good when you're on the way to the gym and in the gym, although you shouldn't look too good in the gym, that's part of going to the gym, remember, do pick up your Gymshark clothing using the link in the description below. Don't forget, Black Friday sales, Thursday the 18th of November, up to 70% off. Hopefully you enjoy that. Stay subscribed to True Geordie Extra for more combat sports videos. See you later.